Hey, and welcome back to another edition of the Tower Journey. We are going to go through, see how the tower is doing. We've made some big advancements, and part of today's video is just going to be discussing strategies for tournaments, how to place well, how to earn more stones, and be able to rank up a little bit in those tournaments, have a little bit more confidence in the tournament settings. And so we're gonna start off by just kind of looking at lifetime total coins here, give you a snapshot of where I'm at. 4.82 trillion lifetime coins since June 5th, 2024. If I go down through my tier sections here, you see I've got into wave 62 on tier 15. I've been recently able to farm tier 7 above wave 5,000 and tier 8 almost to wave 4,000, and which has been good. So I think probably in a week or so I should be able to clear the wave 4,500 on tier 8, but more on that to come as we keep going. See that my biggest coin run was sitting at 188 billion coins on a tier 7 run. That actually happened last night. And as you can see up on the top left-hand corner, I still have 158 billion coins to spend as we get into it. So let's look at the beginning of the new event. This is called the Gravity event. The falling apple earns you a 1% free defense upgrade. Great for everybody who's using free ups for their build. And then the 3-body solution increases the super critical chance by 2%, I think. So that will bring most people up to 22% plus the labs, which add a little bit more. So looking here, I have bought all 80 cards, so I can claim that. I've also been able to kill the 40,000 enemies with orbs through the run last night. And we're pretty close to over halfway on the Golden Tower kill activity 1. So other than that, the rest of these are just going to be what they are. These ones kind of last the longest, and every 24 hours you get new missions. So if you're new to the events, that's how that functions. You'll get new ones, and you'll earn each completion has 3 levels, 10, 15, and 20 medals, so 45 from each one, for a total of 945 medals across all of the event missions that come out across the next 7 days that you have 14 days to complete. Looking into the event shop here, you'll see I've already purchased the tower theme, and I'm just saving up my medals to be able to get the background, which will be good. So down here, I've unlocked Golden Bot and haven't changed anything here since the last video, but you can kind of see where my duration, cooldown, bonus, and range are at. So that's been good. Moving on from there, we'll take a quick little look at my banned perks and my first perk. So always taking that perk wave requirement. Under banned, I've banned anything that increases enemy damage. The health regen but max health down, I got rid of that and got rid of the knockback force one. I do use knockback force quite a bit. And under my auto picks, you'll see that I do take the 1.98 coins for tower max health reduction. So it doesn't make sense to take both tower health reductions. I would just turf my runs. And then thirdly, I put in this all coins bonus because usually only use auto pick perks when I'm doing night runs. And when I do a night run, the point is to just earn as many coins as possible. And so perk wave requirement, coin bonuses, and the trade-off for the coins is the best bet. After that, whatever it takes, it takes. I will eventually get a few more of these auto pick perks just for those night runs, so I can get the ultimate weapon, I can get the Golden Tower, the black hole bonus, and then really I don't think it's worth it, but I've seen some people will actually get an auto ban or a perk ban for things like the interest and some of the other little ones where people are kind of avoiding because they don't add value to the run, but it is what it is. So let's go from there. Some major upgrades that I've seen. Friends, I pulled the next ultimate weapon and I got smart missiles. I know, I was hoping for Death Wave, we all were, but this means I only have 3 ultimate weapons left, so guaranteed to get Death Wave next time. So now I'm on track to save 1,750 stones to be able to get Death Wave, but I did get smart missiles. I was a little disappointed. Took some time to cry in the corner, but it's okay. It's part of the game, and we're going to make it work. And it's not the worst thing, and I'll explain that as I talk about today's video. Just kind of the process for doing well in tournaments, or as well as you can, essentially. So looking through the other utility areas here, not much has changed here. Everything's unlocked. Recovery amount, max recovery, those are both up above 230 now. Those are things I'm slowly working at building up. Under my health, health is now at 5,000. I think it was there last time. Defense at 25, and this is at 29. So we're kind of slowly increasing those, but the big change here was I did get a little bit more on damage. Still planning on bringing that up, but I actually unlocked the Rend armor this last week, saved up the 500 billion coins, unlocked Rend armor, and it essentially is a damage multiplier when you hit an enemy multiple times if it rends the armor and marks them for increased damage. This is one of the reasons, and one of the things that I want to talk about in today's video is the importance of Rend armor when you're getting into Champions League, or my perceived importance. I guess next week's video will confirm my bias and my understanding of that. But I'll chat about that in a moment here. Under my enhancements, nothing crazy. A little bit in Rend, a little bit in damage, a little bit in health and regen, and then 0.05 in coin and 0.17 in cash. That cash bonus actually does help, max and gold box things sooner in a run, which is nice. I think I will be focusing slowly on getting this cell enhancement unlocked, because getting more cells is going to increase the speed of my labs, which will just progress me a little bit further. So let's talk about tournaments now for a moment. You can see here in my history, I'm going to go to it, that I took 4th place a couple weeks ago in the Platinum League, which brought me into Champions. I came in 26th out of 30, so dropped back down to Platinum League, in which case I took 1st place at 770 waves. And then I took 25th place when I went back to Champions League. And at 24th place, you stay in. If memory serves me right, the person in 24th had 311 waves. So I was 15 waves off of staying in Champions League last time, whereas the time before I was about 50 waves off. So I had gained about 35 waves worth of getting closer to staying in Champions League. So I went back down to Platinum League, and this past Friday's tournament came first again in Platinum League by clearing just over 1,000 waves, which was great. The person in second, I think, had 830. So my plan is this. Let's talk about the tournaments. Under copper and silver, your main goals for these two is just to increase your health and your damage a little bit, but focusing mainly on health, defense absolute, and unlocking ultimate weapons that are going to be valuable to kind of that health build of your tower. You're looking to increase your health. You're looking to increase things like getting the packet chance or package chance after boss. That's a great lab to unlock. I remember unlocking that during the gold tournament, and it was excellent. Now, under the new structure, it might be a little bit different, but I would still recommend, as soon as you can research the package chance after boss hit, would be a great lab to do really quickly in the game. So what you're looking for is you're looking to increase longevity based on health for the copper, silver, and gold leagues. And every time you earn coins, put more coins into things that are going to increase your health. And obviously on your research end, you're looking for kind of some specifics, getting the black hole, the second black hole, that's going to be really useful. Increasing the damages and the isn't as important, but increasing the economy is, so that you can put more money into your workshop every week is great. And just ensuring that you're having a focus on health build for copper, silver, and most of the gold tournament. Gold is where you can, you're also looking at some of the damage things, because you're like, ooh, I want to start killing enemies further. I want to get into some of those deeper tiers. And so you're trying to put a little bit of focus into the damage at that point, but really your main focus is still on health. Once you get into Platinum League, it really depends a bit on your UWs that you have. But what I've noticed is that, again, focusing with a health build, increasing your max recovery amount to have a high starting chance here on your max recovery is good. When you start off with a 4% or 4 times, you're spending so much in-game, like the in-game cash to try to get that higher to last longer, that it's worth it to start throwing your coins into these utility things. Attack, enemy skip, max recovery, recovery amount, and package chance become very important in the Platinum tournament to increase the longevity of the game. Under health, it was getting my health up to 4,500, 5,000 that really saw me be able to break through that Platinum League and go from kind of 10th place to 5th, 6th place quite consistently. Wall health I got not because I think I necessarily needed it, but I wanted to start some of the lab researches on it, so I got it. Not necessary, but I would suggest holding off on wall health for as long as you can. The other one that I think is important once you're in Platinum League is it is good to have the super crit and super crit chance multipliers in a pretty decent workshop space. Mine are currently halfway complete, which means that by natural free ups, I've completed those essentially by way of 250. In which case, during my runs on Platinum League, I am putting all my in-game cash directly into recovery amount, max recovery, and enemy attack level skips until they're high enough that I then transition to doing health simply to get more levels for my buck, is what that looks like. And then I just continuously purchase health, because by purchasing health, it's going to increase the amount of wall health that I have, and it's going to multiply with the max recovery and increase the recovery amount I get to help me just last a little bit longer in the Platinum League. Now, looking forward into Champions League, I know that Champions League is more of an attack-heavy league where you actually need to start upgrading and working on your attack. That's why I ended up taking the Smart Missiles over Inner Landmines or the Chronosphere, was because I know the Smart Missiles and Chain Lightning, which are two of the heavier attack UWs that I currently have in my setup, was going to be really useful. So I put a few stones into increasing my Smart Missiles in quantity, haven't touched the cooldown at all, and then I've been focusing on labs to hit with my Smart Missiles. So here, my missiles explosion increased the radius a little bit, so this means that the missiles explode doing an area of effect damage. You can increase the radius on how many enemies are therefore affected by it. Going a little bit further down, you'll see that my missile amplifier, this means that if 2 missiles hit the same target, it adds additional, it's additive to the damage it does. So right now it multiplies the damage by 13. And so if I had 3, it would hit the first one with full attack, and then the second one would be a times 13, and then the third one would be times 13 of that new number. I also unlocked Missile Barrage, which essentially allows you to send out 25 missiles at once, one time throughout the hole. And you can also see here that I've excitedly finished black hole damage all the way up to 2% per second, black hole coin bonus all the way done, and the extra black hole, which is great. And I'm almost complete the spotlight coin bonus, which is excellent, and I'll transition into spotlight missiles. So essentially, when you're in the Platinum League, the focus then is to continue to have that longevity through all the health that you've built up. Don't neglect continuing to build health, but your focus begins to change incrementally towards the damage side of things. In Champions League is where the enemies have armor, and so you need the rend armor to begin to strip the enemies of that so you can have that multiplier. And the better your ultimate weapons are at doing damage, the better lasting you're likely going to be in the Champions League. And so my goal for Champions League is simple. I hope to get into the 16th to 24th rank, get 200 gems, stay in Champions League, and collect 90 stones. Eventually, ideally we always want to be moving up, but I think I'll be in that 16 to 24 ranking for a while, as I just continue to build out the base of my damage and continue to amplify things like the max recovery starting amount, enemy skips starting amount, rend armor starting amount. These are the things I'm going to start to work on once my damage, my actual damage workshop. I'll probably get this up to level 4,800, and I'll bring my health up to 52. And then other than that, I'm going to work on my Rend armor chances, enemy attack skips, and max recovery, max amounts, and just get those up as high as I can across the next few weeks. So by doing so, if I can stay in rank 16 to 24th, I get 90 stones, 200 gems twice a week. That's 180 stones through tournaments. You get your, 45 stones every week from your missions by collecting the 25, 30, and 35 one. So 45 stones on 180. That brings us up to 225. And then I can technically purchase a stone pack if I wanted to, but let's say I earn 225-ish stones a week. That's going to give me just over 8 weeks to be able to get the next ultimate weapon. And I'm already at 160 stones, so let's call it in about 7 weeks I'll be able to unlock Deathwave by purchasing the next ultimate weapon, and I might even pass some milestones here that will get me additional stones along the way, which could be really useful in just kind of getting there a little bit faster. So in about 7 weeks, I expect to have the next ultimate weapon, which will greatly increase my economy and allow me to push deeper into the milestone runs, but also the tournaments, which is really my main focus at this point, doing well in tournaments. So I hope this has helped you to understand kind of some of your focuses for where you're at: copper, silver, heavy into health, gold, do some attack, platinum, balance it out a little bit, champions, really bring that attack up. And I'm excited to see how I fare across the next few weeks in Champions League. I suspect I'll stay in it for a few weeks at this point. And unless I miss a tournament, I probably won't drop down. But hopefully I don't have to eat my own words on that. We will see. But I think with Rend Armor and with the newest ultimate weapon to my setup, I should be able to stay in Champions League pretty safely in that like 20th, kind of between 18 to 21st spot is where I'm thinking I'll end up for the next couple of weeks. But let's see how I do. I'll just show you my modules quickly. Nothing crazy has changed, but I did upgrade my Multiverse Nexus to be a legendary. I have put that in a couple of times when I think I might pull Deathwave as an ultimate weapon, and it just hugely adds to my coin bonus when I do, because it syncs Deathwave with the Black Hole and the Golden Tower. On occasion, I'll put in the Ohm chip just because it uses the spotlight to focus on bosses, but I haven't found that to be more useful than this, even though this does give me technically an additional 10 seconds in between when I use this one and I don't get Deathwave. But I think the trade-off is negligible, especially because I do run the Galaxy Compressor, which minuses 13 seconds every time I get a package to my cooldown of all ultimate weapons. And so because of that, I think the Galaxy Compressor offsets the negative possibilities that the Multiverse Nexus brings. And the Multiverse Nexus has just a great substats with the Black Hole, the Spotlight, and the Spotlight Angle. And so that's been awesome. So hopefully you were enjoying your Towers journey. Do well in the tournaments that are coming up, and let me know in the comments if there's any specific things you want to find out in videos moving forward.